Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of the Epic Basketball League. We are in the playoffs, and tonight we have a matchup as the Philadelphia 76ers visit the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of their best 2 out of 3 Silver Tier playoff series. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the playoff picture looks like. We'll pull over the playoff scenarios on the screen now. You can see last week we had bronze tier action between Buffalo and Phoenix. Phoenix and Detroit emerged from the bronze tier of the playoffs into the silver tier. Already today we have had 2 tremendous playoff games take place. The Detroit Pistons visited Baltimore, and it was a tip-in at the buzzer by Bob Lanier that pushed the game into overtime. But in the overtime session, Archie Clark took the game over for Baltimore, and the Bullets came away with the win in Game 1 of that series, 125-117. Then we had another one-point gem as the Seattle Supersonics played host to the Golden State Warriors and won that game 99-98 on a pair of free throws by Lenny Wilkins. Here are the tiers. This is 2 out of 3 games in the silver tier, and the top 2 teams will move up to the gold tier. The lower seeded team hosts game 1 of the series, and then the visitors host games 2 and 3. So the game 2 of Detroit and Baltimore will be played in Baltimore, and the Bullets will have the opportunity to close out the series. But tonight we are here in Boston as the 76ers and the Celtics go to battle. And it will be a big playoff series as these 2 teams are storied rivals, but also these 2 teams tied for 4th place in the Silver Division. So the winner of this playoff series not only gets to move on in the playoffs, but gets to maintain their status in the Silver Division for the 72-73 season. And the loser of this playoff series will get relegated down to the bronze. So everybody wants to win this series, as Boston and Philadelphia have a lot on the line. So let's get to action. As we will set things up here with the starting lineups for Philadelphia. Hal Greer is the veteran point guard, 14 years out of Marshall. He'll be joined in the backcourt by Fred Carter and by the small forward Bill Bridges, who is a rebounding monster, 13.5 rebounds per game during the 1972-73 NBA season. 71-72. Bill Cunningham is the star of this team, Billy Cunningham for Philadelphia. He is in his final season in the NBA before he would jump to the ABA. He finished 17th in the Epic Basketball League season in scoring at 21.1 points per game. And the center is the very popular Bob Rule out of Colorado State. So that is your starting lineup for the 76ers. For Boston, JoJo White is your starting point guard, and John Havlicek is your shooting guard. Both these men finished in the top 15 in scoring for the Epic Basketball League regular season. In fact, Havlicek was number 2 in the league at 27.2 points per game and earned All-Pro honors for the season. JoJo White, 21.9 points per game, good enough for 15th overall. A couple of defensive stalwarts manned the forward positions for Boston in Don Chaney and Don Nelson. And the big man inside, Dave Cowens, in his second season out of Florida State, is the big man in the middle for Boston. And with that, I believe we are ready for action. Welcome to the Boston Garden. And the opening tip-off is controlled by Philadelphia. The ball is tipped away out of bounds, so the 76ers will gain control. It will be Bill Bridges to inbound for the 76ers, with Hal Greer manning the offense at the point guard position. They dump it in right away to Bob Rule down low. Rule out of Colorado State in the middle, shoots over Cowens, off the side of the rim, no good. And that rebound is taken by Cowens after a strong defensive effort. Boston gets their first possession of the ball game, moving from left to right on your computer screen. JoJo White calls the play. They're going to dump it right inside to Cowens. Both teams working the low blocks here on their opening possession. Cowens with a pump fake against Rule, gets Rule up into the air. The left-handed hook shot rolls around and out. It is blocked, tipped up by Rule. He might have gotten a piece of that one on the way to the basket. And on the rebound, we have a loose ball foul called, and that will go against Billy Cunningham. That will be a one-shot opportunity for John Havlicek, the former Buckeye, and he connects for the first point of the ball game. Celtics up 1-0 as Philadelphia returns the ball to the offensive end. Running the motion offense. Greer gets open on the top of the key, shoots the 15-footer. That's no good. Tough shot. Rebound taken out of there by Don Chaney. Boston basketball. They get it inside to Chaney. He is pinned inside. Bob Rule comes over on the switch. Chaney's going to have to get rid of that one. There's a whistle, and that's an illegal defense warning issued to Philadelphia. So apparently Rule wasn't following his man closely enough, and that is going to be a warning. Boston will maintain control of the basketball with a fresh 24 seconds on the shot clock. The open man for the Celtics is Havlicek. Havlicek from the outside. Gets the pass from White, sends it back over to White, down to Chaney. They swing it back around to Havlicek. His jump shot from the wing is good.
Hondo scores.
And he is fouled on the play by Bridges. And so Havlicek will have the opportunity for a three-point play. The free throw from Havlicek is good. And Boston has a 4-0 lead. Let's see if Philadelphia can get on the scoreboard with this possession. With it out top is Greer. This time Greer is going to put it on the floor. Try and take JoJo White into the lane. Greer is knocked to the floor by Nelson. They call that foul on Don Nelson. That will be one shot for Greer, as that took place on the perimeter. Greer, a 73% free throw shooter, missed that one. The rebound is taken off the offensive board by Bridges. Bridges sneaks in for that board. Can he get the putback to go? He cannot. That's off the backboard, no good. Cowens comes out of there with the rebound for Boston. Boston has the opportunity to run transition. JoJo White is in the lead. He is stellar on the break, but he threw that one away. Actually, Don Nelson lost that one out of bounds. That's a turnover, and the ball goes back to Philadelphia. 4-0, Boston still with the lead. Philadelphia looking for their first points of the night. They are going to dump it inside once again to Bob Rule. Rule in the low post. Short jump shot against Cowens is good, and Philadelphia's on
from
the board.
Greer.
4-2 game now as White brings the Pistons back to the offense. Don Chaney's got it on the outside. Chaney from the baseline. Will he pull the trigger? Yes, he does. And he hits it.
Don Chaney.
Don Chaney, not the offensive superstar of the Celtics, but he can put some points on the board when the need arises. And he's got his first two of the ball game. He scored 18 in the season finale against Houston. And Boston is now up 6-2. Philadelphia is going to look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham backs it in, working against Don Nelson. Cunningham lost it out of bounds. Nelson held his ground and forced Cunningham into the mistake. That's another turnover for Philadelphia, and Boston regains possession. Here come the Celtics. Open inside is Cowens. He's got Bridges on his hip on the switch. The short jump shot by Cowens is good.
Dave
He's got
Cowens.
his first 2 of the night. It is 8-2 Boston. The fans in Boston Garden are into this one as their team has jumped out to the early lead. Philadelphia swings it around on the perimeter to Freddie Carter. Carter's going to take it into the lane against Havlicek, and it's stolen by Nelson. Another fine defensive play by Boston. Here come the Celtics in transition with White. White weaves through the defense, gets to the rack, lays it up, and
from
good.
Nelson.
That's the first 2 for JoJo White, and it is a 10-2 lead for Boston. How about those Celtics getting off to an early start here in the first 2 minutes of play? Philadelphia wants Cunningham inside again. He's got Havlicek this time on the mismatch. Cannot get that one to go. Cowens with another rebound. Boston with another opportunity in transition, but Havlicek this time is going to pull it back and hand it to JoJo White to set up the motion offense for the Celtics. Open now on the perimeter is Havlicek. He swings it to Havlicek back over to White, and White is going to pull the trigger, and he scores it. The Celtics are on fire. They've hit 5 of their first 6 field goal attempts, and they are out on top 12-2. How about them Celtics? Looking to run away with this one from the get-go. Philadelphia works it into Cunningham again. He's their leading scorer. They got to get him going. But Don Nelson has done a good job on him so far, and this time he throws that one away again as Chaney stepped into the passing lane and picked that one off. That's another turnover and another possession for Boston. With it now is Chaney from the outside. 18 on the shot clock. He's going to swing it around to Havlicek. They get it to Nelson outside. Nelson over to Havlicek. Havlicek dribbles to his right, runs into Carter. No call. Havlicek takes it into the lane. His shot is blocked away by Bob Rule. Chaney takes the offensive rebound, sends it back out to JoJo White. Here's White attacking the glass. He takes it into the lane. He lays it up and leaves it short. Off the back iron, Havlicek with another rebound, passes it back out to JoJo White, and the Celtics have another 24-second shot clock opportunity. How about those Celtics? They are pounding the offensive glass and dominating this game on both ends. But here's a steal by Freddie Carter. He gets it out to Greer on the fast break. Greer dumps it off to Carter on the wing. Carter lays it up and good.
Carter scores,
and he is
from
fouled
Cunningham.
on the play. Late whistle on that one as Carter will have the opportunity for the and one. Charge that foul to JoJo White for Boston. Carter tees up the free throw. It's good. And that makes it a 12-5 ball game. 8:45 remaining, first quarter. Celtics off to the early lead, much to the delight of the Boston Garden faithful. Boston running the offense now, motion. Lots of open men available. They're going to dump it inside to Don Nelson. Nelson kicks it out to Chaney. Chaney with the jump shot off the front of the rim, no good. Bill Cunningham takes the rebound for Philadelphia. 76ers now coming back on the offense. They get it in once again to Cunningham. Cunningham works the low post. Kicks it out to Carter. Carter's jump shot is no good. Cunningham grabs the offensive rebound. He dribbles it out. Couldn't get a follow-up out, but he tosses it back out to Greer, and the Philadelphia 76ers will reset the offense. They look inside to Rule. Bob Rule spins on Dave Cowens, puts it up with the short jumper. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Cunningham comes out with it. Cunningham with the putback attempt. And it's blocked. Don Nelson got a piece of that one. Bridges comes off with the offensive board. Bridges with a good look inside. He leaves that one short. Greer comes out of the scrum with that rebound and passes it back out to Carter. The 76ers will set up on the perimeter with another opportunity. Boy, a ragged possession for Philadelphia. They had multiple shots at it. Could not get anything to go, but scrappy as they are, they got that offensive rebound. Cunningham now has it on the outside. He's going to look to Bridges. Bridges gets it in the lane. Nice cut by Bridges, moving without the ball. He drops
Bridges
that one
scores.
home, and he is fouled on the play by Cheney. First two of the night for Bill Bridges. It's now 12-7, and Bridges will have the opportunity to make this one a three-point play. Bridges sets himself at the line, puts it up and short, no good. Rebounded by Havlicek. So Boston got out on top 12-2. Philadelphia has made it 12-7 with a little 5-0 run of their own. And now it is Boston with the basketball. They look inside once again to Nelson. Nelson knows how to use those shoulders effectively, create space for himself inside. He's got it against Cunningham. Turns and fires the short jump shot. It's blocked. Rule got a piece of it. That is the third block shot of the game for Bob Rule. The rebound is loose. Bridges comes out with it. Outlet to Greer. Philadelphia getting back with numbers in transition. Greer drops it off to Carter, back to Greer. Greer lays it up and good.
Greer scores.
And he is
from
fouled
Bridges.
on the play by Nelson. How about that? It is Hal Greer now with a three-point play opportunity. And he can bring Philadelphia back to within two. He hits the free throw. And that's an 8-0 run for Philadelphia. Boston now trying to settle things down. JoJo White calls the offense. He's going to send it down inside to Nelson. Nelson dribbles out to the baseline. 18 on the shot clock. He's going to send it back out on top to White. White on the perimeter. Takes the jump shot from 16 feet, buries it.
JoJo White from Cheney.
White ends the Philadelphia run, puts Boston back on top by 4. 14-10 is your score. With it now is Bob Rule for Philadelphia. He's open on the low block. Working against Cowens. Rule with one basket already tonight. Cannot get this one to go. It rolls around the rim and out. Don Cheney takes the rebound for Boston. And with 7 minutes to play in the first quarter, the Celtics have another possession. White swings it on the perimeter to Havlicek. Havlicek puts it on the floor. Attacks the lane, lays it up and good.
John Havlicek from Cheney.
Give the assist to Cheney on the give and go. Boston back up on top by 6. 76ers have not led this game. They're going to look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham comes off the screen. Has room to work. Cowens comes over. Cunningham loses the ball, gets it back, has it stolen away by Cowens. Nice defense by the big redhead. Boston with another opportunity in transition. JoJo White is in the lead. He dumps it to Nelson. Nelson misses the layup. That's no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Bridges. Philadelphia basketball. With it now on top is Greer. Greer will go on the attack. Takes it into the lane. Finger roll from 5 feet out is good.
Greer from Bridges.
Got that one in off the glass. That is 5 points for Greer. He leads Philadelphia. And it is now a 16-12 ball game. 6:23 to play first quarter. Boston with it. White to Cheney. Cheney back to White. White drives into the lane, and he is called for the offensive foul. That is number 2 on JoJo White. He is going to have to come out of the ball game, and he will be replaced by Art Williams. Williams, a versatile backup point guard. He can do some things, but they are going to miss JoJo White out here on the offensive side of the basketball. As Philadelphia sets up now with Greer. Greer looks inside to Cunningham. And it's stolen by Cheney. Another steal by Don Cheney. Outlet to Williams. Williams will run the fast break with the Celtics. This time Williams bounces it off to Havlicek filling the lane. His layup won't go. Williams comes down with the offensive board, sends it back out to Havlicek, and Boston will reset the offense. Under 6 to play now, first quarter. Boston still has the 4-point lead and the basketball. This time they're going to look to Dave Cowens inside. Cowens working against Rule. Turnaround jump shot, nothing but net.
Dave Cowens from Cheney.
Very well done by Cowens. Boston back up by 6. With it now is Greer working against Art Williams. Greer's going to explore the lane. Can he get around Williams? He gets into the lane. He's cut off by Nelson. The short jump shot by Greer rims out, and the rebound is taken by Cowens for the Celtics. Good internal defense by Boston that time. And Havlicek with it on the perimeter. Havlicek takes it into the lane. He drives to the left hand. He goes up and good.
Hondo, from Cowens.
8 points for Havlicek. He leads all scorers. And Boston is back out on top by 8, 20-12. 5:14 to play first period. Philadelphia looks inside to Cunningham. Cunningham steps around Nelson, lays it up and good.
Cunningham,
First
from
basket
Greer.
of the night for Cunningham brings Philadelphia back to within 6. With it now for Boston is Cheney. Cheney's going to look inside to Cowens. Cowens posting up against Rule. Turns and fires the short jump shot, left it a little too short. Rebound taken out of there by Bill Cunningham for Philadelphia. In transition, Cunningham has room to operate with Havlicek on his hip. Turns and fires, and it's good.
From Greer.
Cunningham heating up now for Philadelphia. They're back within 4, 20-16. As ID Jester is playing some Pathfinder adventure card game. Lots of good stuff on the YouTube tonight. Always happy to have folks here to watch basketball. You can watch Pathfinder. Sports Time Machine's got some football going. Never a dull moment on the channel, especially this Friday night. We'll have some channel updates for you probably at halftime. And stick around and see some basketball, football. There will probably be baseball, I'm sure, later on as well, as we just came from RJL 518, a fine baseball game that he displayed with the, I believe it was Toronto and Cleveland or Boston. I caught just the tail end of that one. And in time for the famous 10-minute ticker. Love the 10-minute ticker that RJL puts on. The Cincinnati Reds went 1-1 tonight in the ticker, and they will be on the RJL channel live tomorrow night, taking on their hated rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals, in action from 1985. Back to action here in Boston, as the Celtics have the basketball and now a 4-point lead. Art Williams pounding the ball outside. He calls his own number, shoots the jump shot, just rims out, but he is hit hard on the play by Greer. And Art Williams will go to the line for 2 free throws. 4:22 to play as Williams steps to the line. And with 4 minutes to play, it's time for the substitutions to come in. Williams has already replaced I have to do a little finagling here. Looks like Boston's a little short in the backcourt. So we'll slide Kaburski down to 3. Garfield Smith and the ever-popular Hank Finkel coming into the game for Boston. Finkel has had some nice games for the Celtics during the regular season. Free throw for Williams is good. And at the next dead ball, we'll bring the Philadelphia substitutions into the game. Right now they have got Bob Rule open down low on the switch. Williams is overmatched, and Rule just drains that one. Easy basket for Rule is 22-18. Second unit for Boston. It's in the hands of Kaburski. Kaburski forced away from the basket by Cunningham. A little out of his element out there, but he's going to be forced to pull the trigger. And from 12 feet out, Kaburski misses that one. Off the side of the rim. Finkel with the offensive board. Finkel tries for the putback. His short jump shot is around and out. Garfield Smith takes the rebound as the Celtics reserves pound the glass, and Garfield Smith gets that one
Garfield
to
Smith.
go. How about that? Boston back up by 6, 24-18. Greer with it out on top, facing off once again against Art Williams. Greer steps into the lane, gets a screen from Rule, takes it into the paint, misses the layup. Greer should have gotten that one to go. Garfield Smith with another rebound. As we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan. His always welcome to see Al in the chat. As Boston has the basketball and a 6-point lead, 24-18. Garfield Smith with it inside, works down low against Cunningham. Smith with a little jump shot. He missed that one, but he is fouled on the shot by Cunningham. That's 2 on Cunningham, and the 76ers are going to have to get their subs in right now. Look at that. Garfield Smith is a 194 free throw shooter on the season, on the regular season, and he makes it. How about that? Do you believe in miracles? Garfield Smith makes a free throw. Into the game come the substitutions. Kevin Lockery will run the offense from the point. Dave Wohl and Fred Foster will be his mates in the backcourt. Lucius Jackson and Dennis Autry into the game in the front court for Philadelphia. How about that? Let's see if Garfield Smith Lightning can strike twice in the same place. The second shot misses badly, and that rebound is taken by Foster for Philadelphia. As our Red Sox fan says, let's go Celtics. Boston got off to a 12-2 lead in this one, and if you weren't here at the opening tip. Philadelphia climbed back to within 4, but Boston has been leading by 6 to 8 points most of the way. They are currently up by 7 with 3:21 to play in the first period. The open man for Philadelphia inside is Lucius Jackson. He steps into the lane, spins out on the shot attempt. Fred Foster steals the rebound. Foster with another putback opportunity. His short jump shot is good.
Foster.
Nice play by Foster. Philadelphia back to within 4, 25-20. Boston on offense. They get it in the hands of Sanders. Posting up down low against Dave Wohl. Sanders backs it down, gets into the paint, fakes Wohl up into the air. His short jump shot is good.
Satch from Williams.
First points of the game for Satch, Tom Sanders out of New York University. As we have Log Acta Live. Okay, I'm ready for this. Got to go with the Sixers. All right, it's we've got a little support for both fans here, for both sides here in the chat room tonight. As the Sixers come back trailing by 7 with 2:48 to go in the first quarter. With it on the outside is Dave Wohl. Wohl is going to drive against Sanders. He's cut off by Hank Finkel. He stops and pops, and it drops. Sanders knocked to the floor, no whistle on the play. Actually, it was Autry who got the offensive putback on that one, and it is Philadelphia with the basket, and they pull the lead. They pull the deficit back to within 5. Celtics leading 27-22, 2:42 to play here in the first. Williams gives it to Smith, and we've got a whistle on the play and a technical foul now called on Philadelphia for illegal defense. And it will be Tom Sanders to shoot the free throw. Garfield Smith wanted to shoot the free throw, but they're not going to let that happen. Sanders an 82% free throw shooter, and he makes good on this one, putting Boston up by 6, 28-22. Celtics maintain possession. Kaburski to inbound. He looks inside to Garfield Smith, working low against Lucius Jackson. The short jump shot by Smith is good.
Garfield Smith from Williams.
He's got 5, and Boston is back up by 8. Fred Foster with it on the outside. Working against Kaburski out there. Foster has room to operate. His jump shot from the corner is good.
Foster.
That's 4 for Foster. Both benches are contributing some points here in this first quarter. They swing it around outside to Sanders. Sanders takes a look at Wohl. 15 on the shot clock. Sanders is going to have to pull the trigger. He doesn't want to shoot from that far away, and he left that one short. Rebound taken by Foster for Philadelphia. Lockery with it now on the outside as Kuberski comes over on the switch. Lockery has plenty of room to get off the shot, but he cannot get it to fall. Kuberski comes in and takes the rebound. Nicely done by Kuberski. Challenging the jump shot and then getting back into the lane to capture his first rebound of the night. Boston with the lead, 30-24. Under 2 minutes to play now in the first. With it on the outside is Sanders, guarded closely by Wohl. He's going to swing it back out to Art Williams on the outside. Williams with the set shot from 18. He scores that
Art
one.
Williams.
Nice shot by Art Williams. Boston goes back up by 8, 32-24. Minute 40 to play first quarter. Wohl with it on the outside. Takes it inside against Sanders. Down the baseline, he's cut off by Finkel once again. This time he cannot get the shot to go. Jackson with the offensive board. Passes it back out to Lockery. Lockery looks to set the offense. He gets it back to Wohl. Wohl once again is going to attack the glass. He comes into the lane, runs into Smith. His layup is around and out. He wants a whistle. And Smith is going to be called for the block as Smith got him with the body. And that will be 2 shots for Dave Wohl. Wohl, a rookie out of Pennsylvania. Local product for Philadelphia. And he makes the first shot. Cuts the lead to 7. He can cut it to 6 with this one, and he hits it. It is 32-26. Boston with the lead and the basketball. 1:11 to play first quarter. Inside with it now is Garfield Smith working against Jackson. Smith will pull the trigger. He double pumps, he fakes, he unloads, and he cannot get that one to go. But he is fouled on the play by Jackson. Good pump fake by Smith to get his man in the air. And once again, Mr. I-94 is going to the free throw line for Boston. He made 1 out of 2 his first opportunity, but he misses here. Let's see if he can get another one to fall. He knocks down the second. How about that? Garfield Smith, 6 points off the bench for Boston. And the Celtics are back on top by 7, 33-26, as we head to the final minute of play here in quarter number 1. With it inside, with it on the baseline is Jackson. 13 on the shot clock. He's going to look for help. He gets it to Foster on the outside. Foster with 7 on the shot clock. Shoots the baseline jump shot from 15. That's a tough shot, and it rims out. Rebound is taken by Finkel for Boston. And the Celtics have it with 36 seconds to play on the game clock. Around they go. They get it to Kuberski on the outside. He is guarded closely by Lowry. 17 on the shot clock. Can he get it down to Smith? He can't get it to Smith. He gets it to Finkel instead. Finkel misses the inside shot. The rebound is taken by Lucius Jackson. Philadelphia with an opportunity in transition. Lockery in the lead. Fakes left. Goes to his right, lays it up and good.
Lowry, from Foster.
First basket of the game for Lockery. That pulls Philadelphia within 5. Boston has the opportunity for the final shot of the period with 22 seconds here to go. Kuberski with it on the inside, guarded by Foster. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. Wohl with the rebound. Can Philadelphia do anything with 3 seconds on the shot clock? 3 seconds on the game clock. Lockery's going to throw it up from half court, and he hit it. How about that?
Lowry. At the end of the first quarter,
Lockery with a
Boston
half court
33,
jump shot.
Philadelphia
Gets that one
30.
to go. And that is a surprise end of the period buzzer beater for the 76ers as they pull within 3 points after trailing by as many as 10 during that first quarter. Let's take a look at your first quarter box score. 33-30 is your score. The leading scorer in the game is Havlicek with 8. JoJo White with the 6 points, but the 2 fouls caused him to miss some time. 4 apiece for Cowens and Art Williams off the bench. 6 off the bench for Garfield Smith, helping Boston to the 3-point lead. Your leading scorer for Philadelphia is Greer. Cunningham put a lot of work in, but only 4 points and 4 turnovers and 4 rebounds in the first quarter for Cunningham. Boston shot the ball well, 50%. Philadelphia 45% from the field. Rebounds are pretty even. Assists are pretty even. Philadelphia with a couple of extra turnovers. So really evenly matched first quarter. After that opening run by Boston to take the lead, Philadelphia has managed to keep it close as we go to quarter number 2. And we say hello to the Gold Eagle 99. Good crowd in the chat room here tonight. As we prepare to tip things off for quarter number 2 here in the Boston Garden. Game 1 of the Silver Tier Best 2 out of 3 playoffs between the 4th-seeded Philadelphia 76ers and the 5th-seeded Boston Celtics. And as we mentioned, the winner of this series not only moves on in the playoffs, but also maintains their status in the Silver Division for 72-73. The loser of this series gets relegated back to the Bronze Division and an extra tier of playoffs in 72-73. With the ball inside now as Boston controls the tip is Finkel. Finkel backing down on Dennis Autry. Steps inside, fakes, puts up the short jump shot. It's no good. Well defended by Autry. Kuberski with the board on the offensive glass. Kuberski with the putback attempt from in close is good.
Steve Kuberski.
First basket of the night for Kuberski puts Boston back on top by 5. Philadelphia basketball with Lockery, dumping it inside to Autry. Autry open coming off the screen. In close, his shot is long. A little too strong, rebounded by Garfield Smith. And they will take it up slowly and put it back in the hands of Art Williams, their fine backup point guard, who calls out the offense, sends it over to Sanders. Sanders on the outside is going to look to the inside to Garfield Smith. Smith had 6 points in the first period. His first shot of the second period is no good, but he is bumped by Lucius Jackson. And once again, we get to see Garfield Smith at the line. He was, I believe, 2 for 4 in the first period. I've never seen a 194 free throw shooter before. But his, he got another one. He is 3 out of 5 now. How about Garfield Smith? Ordinarily, he lays bricks from the free throw line, and he laid a brick that time. Rebound taken by Autry. Boston is up by 6, 36-30. With it on the outside is Lockery. Lockery weaves into the lane. Is he going to be able to get the shot off? He's cut off by Finkel. And his shot is up and it's blocked. Finkel got him. Garfield Smith comes out with the rebound. Boston basketball. Sanders with it on the inside. Works down low against Dave Wohl. Sanders has the size advantage. His short jump shot is no good. Battle for the rebound. It's taken away by Art Williams. And Boston will reset. Fresh 24 for the Celtics as they dump it in once again to Garfield Smith. He steps around Jackson, lays that one up, and it rims around and out. Finkel with the rebound. Finkel with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is blocked. Autry got that one. Kuberski comes in and crashes the glass. Kuberski with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is no good. And finally, Lucius Jackson pulls the rebound for the 76ers. Boston had 3 or 4 cracks at it that time and could not convert. Outside they go to Foster. Foster with room to operate against Kaburski. His fadeaway jump shot is no good. Off the glass, off the rim, no good. Garfield Smith with another rebound. Kick out to Williams. Celtics in transition. They dump it to Finkel, and Finkel slams it home.
Hank Finkel, from Smith.
Finkel with his first basket of the night to go with 3 rebounds. And the backup center from the University of Dayton has given Boston an 8-point lead, 38-30. On the outside now with it is Lockery. Calling his own number again. Steps into the lane, gets a pick from Foster, lays it up and good.
Lowry.
38-32 now. Boston with the lead and the basketball. They get it outside to Williams, working against Lockery. Williams looking to distribute. Can he find an open teammate? No. It's stolen away by Wohl. Is Wohl going to run the floor? He is going to try and run the floor. He gets to the glass, but misses the layup. He's knocked to the floor on the play by Hank Finkel. And that will be a foul, and Wohl will go to the line to shoot 2. Dave Wohl, a 78% free throw shooter on the season, makes good on the first. Second shot by Wohl is good. Philadelphia back to within 4, 38-34. Under 10 to play in the second quarter. Kaburski on the outside is open. Working against Foster. He shoots from 15. Off balance, but got it to go.
Steve Kuberski.
Nice shot by Kaburski. 40-34 now, Boston with the lead. Lockery on the outside. He's going to pull the trigger from the perimeter this time, and it rattles in and out. Jackson takes the offensive board for Philadelphia. Jackson with the putback attempt. Cannot get that to go. Smith made him alter the shot. Finkel takes the rebound for the Celtics. Empty possession for Philadelphia that time. They get it to Kaburski once again. He pulls up from the same spot as he hit the last one, and he's hit 2 in a row. Kaburski is heating up now for the Celtics as they go up by 8. Lockery running the offense for Philadelphia. Spins into the lane this time. Hands it off to Foster on the baseline. Foster's shot is no good. But he is knocked down by Finkel, and that's another foul and another 2-shot opportunity for Philadelphia. Fred Foster will step to the line. 4th-year man out of Miami of Ohio. His first shot is no good. 76% free throw shooter makes the second, and that cuts the lead to 7, 42-35, with under 9 to play before halftime. Boston looks inside again to Garfield Smith. Posting up against Jackson. His short shot spins out. Grabbed by Sanders on the offensive glass. He passes it back out to Williams out top. Williams resets the offense. Sends it over to Sanders. Sanders backing down against the smaller Wohl. What's he going to do? He's going to pull the trigger in there. Sanders in the paint. Shoots from in close. Cannot get it to fall. It rolls out. Garfield Smith takes the offensive rebound. Smith is trying to get to the basket, but he is hacked on the play by Autry. And that will be a 1-shot foul for Smith as Autry got him on the floor. 3 for 6, surprisingly, from the floor. Can he make it 4 for 7? No, he bricked that one. But Finkel takes the outside rebound and sets things up once again. That ball was batted around by a couple of guys, finally wound up in the hands of Finkel, and Finkel just hands it outside to Williams. Williams dumps it inside to Kaburski. Kaburski bodying up down low, and he scores that one over Lowry.
Steve Kuberski, from Williams.
And Boston is now up by 9. As Logacta Live says, I love that you have relegation rules in your league. Thank you for the kind words on that. I did steal this idea from my good friend Bob Hansen. And there he is. Speak of the devil. as Bob from Bob's Tabletop Sports drops in to say hi and a late happy Thanksgiving. Hello to you, Bob's Tabletop Sports. I was just letting folks know that I stole this idea for a relegation league from you, and it has been well received here by the folks in the chat. So thank you for the free use of your ideas. And thank you for saying happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, sir. As Philadelphia is trying to cut into this lead, they're now trailing by 9 as the starters get ready to come back into the ball game at the next dead ball. With it on the outside is Foster. He's got room to take the shot against Garfield Smith. The shot won't go. Finkel comes out with the rebound, and they'll walk it up the court. They're going to dump it down low to Garfield Smith once again. Smith cannot get that shot to fall, but he is hacked on the play by Autry, and it is going to be back to the free throw line for Garfield Smith. I think the refs just keep blowing the whistle because they want to watch the travesty that Garfield Smith is at the free throw line. Wouldn't be surprised if there were some shenanigans from the Zebras just to see this 19% free throw shooter struggle out there. And Smith missed that one badly. As coming in for Philadelphia will be the starting 5. Lowry and Carter in the backcourt. Greer and Carter in the backcourt. Bridges and Cunningham back into the game, and Bob Rule down low for the 76ers. For Boston, Cowan's back into the game at the center. Don Chaney, John Havlicek, and JoJo White back in for Boston. Boston a little thin in the backcourt tonight. They do not have the services of. Actually, they're thin in the backcourt all year long. They don't have Rex Morgan available tonight, and he is a swing man who provides them with valuable minutes, and he is the missing piece of the puzzle that is unavailable tonight, as it would seem. All right. Smith at the free throw line for the second shot. And again, he misses that one. Regression to the mean as Billy Cunningham takes the rebound. And the Philadelphia offense resets on the west end of the court. Cunningham has it on the outside. Looks to dump it inside to Bob Rule. Can he get it to Rule? Yes, he does. Rule works inside against Cowens. And it's stolen away by JoJo White. White stepped into the passing lane and took that one away. With it now is Chaney on the outside. Chaney's going to pull the trigger from 12 feet away. And it is off the back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Bob Rule. And it will be Philadelphia walking the ball up the court back to Greer, who sets up the offense. Greer sends it over to Carter. Carter's going to take it into the lane. Driving on Havlicek. Cowens cuts him off on the rotation. Carter's shot spins out. Cunningham on the rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul on the play, and that will be charged to Garfield Smith. It'll be a one-shot opportunity for Bridges. As back into the game comes Don Nelson for the Celtics. The free throw by Bridges is good. And that makes it an 8-point game. 44-36 now. 7:16 to play before halftime. White sets up the offense. Swings it over to Havlicek, back to White. White gets a screen. Dives into the lane. Cut off by Rule. The shot by White is no good. Rule made him alter that one. And Cowens clears the offensive board. Cowens on the putback. Pump fakes. Goes to that left-handed hook. It spins out. And we have got a loose ball foul on the rebound. And that is going to be charged to JoJo White. And that is costly for the Celtics. The Celtics are going to have to substitute for White. And the only person they have who can run the point is Art Williams, and he is already tired. So this is a problem for Boston. But this early in the game, you got to make the move. So back into the game comes Williams. He's just going to have to man up here. It's the playoffs. One shot for Cunningham. It's good. And the lead is cut to 7. Williams with it now for Boston. Looks inside to Nelson. Nelson works down low against Cunningham. Spins into the lane, lays that up and good.
Don Nelson.
Don Nelson with the left-handed off the backboard. And it is a 9-point lead now for Boston. Greer sends it to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Greer. Greer buries that one from 15.
From Cunningham.
Philadelphia back on the board. 46-39 now. Boston with the lead and the basketball. Open once again is Nelson. Backing down on Cunningham. Turns and fires and gets it to go.
Don Nelson from
Two in a row
Cheney.
for Nelson. Cunningham's got those 2 fouls, so he's playing a little soft on the defensive end. And Nelson has taken advantage of that on back-to-back trips for the Celtics. Fred Carter now has it on the outside, working against Havlicek. Carter dribbles to his left, explores the lane, gets into the paint, lays it up, it spins out. Nice defense by Havlicek, rebound pulled out of there by Cowens. Boston walks the ball up the court as the 76ers are able to get defensive players back in transition. Williams has it out on top. He's going to look inside again to Nelson. Nelson's had the hot hand here in the second quarter. He drops home another one. 3 in a row for Nelson, and the Celtics have their biggest lead of the game, 11 points, 50-39 as we are under 6 minutes to play in the second period. Greer has it out on top for the 76ers. Working against Williams. Greer goes to his left. Gets a pick from Bridges. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Greer.
Nice shot by Hal Greer. He leads the 76ers with 9 points. Can the 76ers get a stop here on the defensive side? Havlicek to Williams outside. Williams swings it down to Nelson. Tried to get it in again that time. This time Nelson loses it out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Nelson wants a call. He said Cunningham pushed him off on that play. But no dice from the officials as Philadelphia comes back on the offensive end. Open inside is Rule. Backing down on Cowens. Cowens a tough defender inside, but Rule gets that one to go.
Rule from Carter.
And that cuts the lead back to 7. Williams dumps it down low again to Nelson. Nelson works into the paint. Spins around Cunningham. Goes to the left hand, drops home another one.
Don Nelson from
4 in a
Havlicek.
row for Nelson. And as Log Act Alive says in the chat room, Don Nelson is hot right now. The open man for Philadelphia this time is Cunningham. Cunningham steps around Nelson. He lays it up and good. But that shot is being waved off. And that is a foul on Nelson, and that is his 3rd. Cunningham wanted the basket, but the referees called that as a foul on the floor. So Cunningham will have to earn his points from the free throw line. His first shot is good, and that is another bad foul on Boston. That is 3 on Nelson. So he's going to have to come out of the game, and he will be replaced by Tom Sanders, who is the freshest guy available for the Celtics. The Celtics bench tonight is thin, and we'll see if that hurts them in the second half. Cunningham misses the second free throw. Rebound is taken by Cowens. Celtics regain possession of the basketball with the 8-point lead. And away from the ball, we have a foul that's called on Williams. They're going to call him for an illegal screen as he was trying to spring Havlicek for a drive to the basket. That is the first foul on Williams, and that gives the ball back to Philadelphia. Philadelphia trying to cut into an 8-point deficit as Greer calls the play and sends it inside to Bridges. Bridges backing down on Chaney, getting into the lane, shoots the jump shot from the elbow, and it's blocked. Swatted away by Dave Cowens. Bridges comes in and snags the offensive rebound. Bridges goes for the putback, spins his way inside, misses the putback attempt. Here's Bob Rule with an offensive rebound. His tip-in attempt is up and good.
Rule.
Bridges made a mess of that one. Rule cleaned up the mess, converted the putback, and drew Philadelphia within 6, 52-46 now, 4:25 to play before halftime. With it on the perimeter is Havlicek, guarded by Carter. Havlicek dribbles to his right, gets into the lane, but misses the layup. Havlicek missed the layup. Battle for the rebound. It is Bridges coming out with it for Philadelphia. Open inside is Cunningham. Cunningham posting up down low against Sanders. His jump shot is good.
Cunningham.
Cunningham now with 8 for Philadelphia. And the 76ers have pulled to within 4. Once again, Boston takes the lead, but as the quarter winds down, Philadelphia climbing back into it. They're now within 52-48. With it inside now is Cowens. Cowens goes to the left hand against Rule. Ball fake is up. Short jump shot is no good. Rule takes the rebound. Nicely defended by Rule. Philadelphia will bring this one back up slowly and set up the offense with Greer. 3:35 to play. Philadelphia within 4. They're going to look inside once again to Cunningham, their leading scorer. Cunningham steps around Sanders, lays it up and good.
Cunningham.
They are taking advantage of the foul trouble by Nelson, as it is Cunningham who has taken over in the latter stages of this second period, and he's got Philadelphia back to within 2. 52-50. Boston trying to hold on to this lead. Here's Williams with a jump shot from the wing. That's no good, but somebody got him on the arm, and they're going to call that one against Cunningham, and Cunningham is not happy about that at all. That is his third. Just as he was starting to heat things up for Philadelphia, he's going to have to go to the bench for the final 3 minutes, 17 seconds of the period. Williams converts the first free throw, and it will be coming into the game for the first time, Barry Yates for Philadelphia. Yates, a second-year man out of Maryland, and a capable offensive performer and a good rebounder. The second shot for Williams is good, and the Celtics are back up on top by 4, 54-50. Philadelphia with the basketball. They look inside to Bridges. Bridges backing down against the smaller Chaney. Takes
Bridges
a 10-footer off the
from
backboard
Greer.
and good. 54-52. Sixers back to within 1. They get it inside to Chaney. Chaney working down low against Bridges. 12 on the shot clock. Bridges with a tight defense,
Don
but Chaney
Chaney
is able to get it up and under and get that one in off the backboard. It is once again a 4-point lead for Boston, 56-52. Both teams scoring efficiently here in the second period. And a well-played game here in Boston Garden. Very entertaining. Greer with it now is going to drive on Williams. Right to the foul line. Comes off the pick from Bridges. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Greer.
That's double digits for Greer. He's got 11. And Philadelphia back within 2. Boston wants Cowens inside. Cowens, very good footwork for a big man, but that time he lost control and dropped it out of play. That's a turnover. No sooner did I give credit to Cowens for that good footwork, and he bobbled that one out of bounds. And Philadelphia now has the chance to tie the game. They're going to try and drop it into Bob Rule down low. They can't get it to Rule. Instead, they find Yates. Yates has it tipped away by Sanders. Picks it up. Puts up the short jump shot. No good. Bridges comes in for the offensive rebound. His putback attempt is around and out. Carter takes the rebound, but he's called for the loose ball foul. Missed opportunity there for Philadelphia, and it will be a one-shot opportunity for Dave Cowens after the loose ball foul on the rebound. Free throw by Cowens is good, and that puts Boston up by 3, 57-54, as we head to the final 2 minutes of play here in the first half. Open for Boston is Rule. Working down low against Cowens. Steps to his left, lays it up and good.
Rule, from Carter.
Good battle tonight between Rule and Carter. And that cuts the Boston lead to 1, 57-56. As Havlicek wants it on the outside. He's got an opening on the switch. Barry Yates cannot keep up with Havlicek, but Havlicek misses the jump shot. Foul on the play, and that will go against Yates. And Havlicek will have 2 and the bonus. Havlicek had a very productive first quarter with 8 points. And that free throw is his first point in the second period. Second shot for Havlicek is good. And that puts the Boston lead back up to 3, 59-56. Minute 44 in the second quarter. Philadelphia wants to get it inside again to Rule. Establishing himself in the low post, but it's stolen by Sanders. Sanders on the steal. Philadelphia is able to get back in defense on the transition. And instead, Boston pulls it out. They get it to Havlicek. Havlicek drives the baseline, has it stolen by Yates. Philadelphia has an opportunity in transition. They lay it off to Fred Carter, who puts it off the
Carter
glass
scores
and good.
from
and
Greer.
He is fouled on the play by Williams. Fred Carter can tie the game if he can hit the free throw attempt here. And he drills it. And with 1:22 to go in the second period, we are tied at 59. And the Celtics' foul trouble is coming back to hurt them. 1:22 to play. With it is Havlicek. Havlicek will drive. He shows and goes. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
John Havlicek, from Cowens.
Nice little two-man game with Cowens. And Havlicek puts Boston back out on top. 61-59. 1:06 to go. We're now in the final minute of play in the first half. As Greer has it on top. Comes off the screen. Has an open path to the basket. Sanders steps over in front. And the shot is blocked. That's a block for Cowens. Yates takes the offensive board. 9 on the shot clock. Yates with the putback attempt. It's stolen by Art Williams. And Boston has the basketball, leading by 2, with now 43 seconds to play in the second period. Havlicek has it on the outside. Sends it over to Chaney. Chaney with 17 on the shot clock, working down low against Bridges. Chaney's going to try and get a shot from the low post. It's off the glass, and it falls.
Don Chaney scores.
And Chaney is hacked on the play by Bridges. And Chaney will have the opportunity for a three-point play. The free throw for Chaney is good. Big basket for Boston heading into halftime, as that three-point play puts the Celtics back up by 5. Philadelphia with it. 40 seconds on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock, as they dump it inside to Yates. Working the low post against Sanders. What's he going to do? He fakes left. He turns right. He shoots the short jump shot. Leaves it off the front rim, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Havlicek. And it will be Barry Yates headed to the free throw line for 2 and the bonus for the 76ers. Yates hits the first. The second shot by Yates is off iron, no good. He'll get the bonus. And Yates makes the bonus. That is his first 2 points of the night, and he has pulled Philadelphia back to within 3, 64-61. Boston will try and run some clock here. 25 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. They burn a little clock before getting it over to Havlicek. Havlicek is going to drive the lane. 8 seconds on the game clock. Knocked away by Carter out of bounds. Boston will have the basketball, but only 3 seconds left to shoot. Sanders to inbound. Looking to Havlicek. They can't get it to Havlicek. They force it inside to Sanders. It's stolen by Greer. Can Philadelphia get a shot off? No, they cannot.
Half, Boston 64, Philadelphia 61.
And your halftime score is 64-61 in favor of the Celtics. And after a quick drink, we will take a look at the box score. As Bob Hansen says, nice close game. Indeed it is. Boston had a couple of runs in both the first and the second quarter and held double-digit leads in both the first and second quarters. But Philadelphia climbed back into it, taking advantage of the Boston foul trouble to claw their way back into the game, and it is a 3-point game here at the half. Nice balanced attack for Philadelphia, 3 guys in double figures, led by Greer with 11, 10 apiece for Cunningham and Rule. Cunningham with 6 rebounds. And of course, Bill Bridges, 7 rebounds, always the rebounding stalwart for the 76ers. For Boston, Havlicek is the leading scorer with 12. He got 8 of those in the first period. Don Nelson with those 8 points in the second period spurred the Celtics to a run before he went out with the foul trouble. JoJo White missed a lot of time with foul trouble, but contributed 6 points, 7 apiece for Don Chaney, and of course Garfield Smith with 7 off the bench, and Kaburski with 8 off of the bench for Boston. Field goal percentages favored Boston, 50-45. Rebounds were pretty even. Assists and turnovers about even. Very evenly played first half of basketball. Now, before we go back to the second half, some quick channel updates. Excuse me. Tomorrow, you will see Heartland Championship Wrestling return to the channel with pay-per-view action. It is Heartland Havoc 101. Too Legit to Quit, sponsored by West Coast Championship Wrestling and Heartland Ladies Wrestling. 3 spectacular matches on the channel tomorrow. First, you will see a rivalry match, elimination tag team style. It will be an 8-man tag team match as the team known as Takeover, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Donovan Dijak, and their newest addition, Keith Lee, is coming into battle against their former stablemate, who was kicked out of the stable, Roderick Strong, and he has brought with him a couple of Ring of Honor former co-competitors, Austin Aries and Davey Richards, and they are promising a surprise 4th member of that team. So, elimination tag team match is going to kick things off with tomorrow's pay-per-view action. Then we will see the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship defended as the champion, Nick Aldis, defends in a return match against Jay Lethal. Those 2 men battled to a double disqualification the last time they hooked up. And finally, the main event will be best 2 out of 3 falls for the Heartland Ladies Heavyweight Championship as Sherry Martel defends her title against Sarah Del Rey in what should be a stellar wrestling contest. So that is on the channel tomorrow. Sunday, of course, will be my journey with Jesus as we reflect some more on Thanksgiving and the wonderful things that have happened in our life this past month. It's been a rough year, but for those of you who did not see last week's basketball or last week's My Journey with Jesus, once again I will reflect on the joyous occasion of my wife who underwent successful cancer surgery earlier this month and has been found to be cancer free after some several months of anxiety over that diagnosis. So we are continuing to rejoice over that, and we'll spend some time reflecting on that on Sunday morning. And on Monday, I think I'm going to come back with another game from the playoffs here in the Epic Basketball League. My wife is back to work. She works Monday nights. I may as well jump on the channel and do another basketball game since we are having fun with this, and it is the playoffs. So that is your channel updates, and we will head to the second half of this thriller in the Boston Garden between the Celtics and the 76ers. All right, we will come back with the starting lineups for both teams to begin half number 2. As we say hello to D. Scott Howard in the channel. Welcome, D. Scott, to tonight's broadcast. You're here just in time for the second half of a very close playoff matchup between Philadelphia and Boston. Philadelphia controls the tap here to start the second half. They're going to go right back inside to Bob Rule. Rule working down low against Cowens. What a battle these two have had tonight. Rule misses the short jump shot. Bill Cunningham takes the rebound. Cunningham with the putback attempt. He throws it away. That's a turnover. Ball goes back over to the Celtics. Celtics with their first possession of the half, leading by 3. And they are going to look inside to Nelson. Nelson gave them a nice spark in the second quarter. His short rainbow jump shot is good, and he is in double digits for the Celtics. Boston now up by 5, 66-61. Philadelphia on the offense. Dumps it down low to Cunningham. Cunningham in the low post, defended by Nelson. The short jump shot by Cunningham is good.
Cunningham.
That's 5 straight for Billy Cunningham as he is heating it up. Boston now sends it over to Havlicek. Havlicek on the drive. Gets the pick from Cowens. Rule steps over on the help side defense. Forces Havlicek to alter that shot. But White sneaks in for the offensive rebound, sends it back out to Boston, and they will reset the offense. Havlicek with it. Back over to White. They dump it down inside to Chaney. Chaney working on the low post against Bridges. Chaney in the low post, steps around Bridges, cannot get the shot to go. But he is fouled on the play by Bridges. And that is number 3 on Bridges. That'll be 2 shots for Don Chaney. As D. Scott Howard tells us, Rule was on his way to superstardom until his tragic injury with the Sonics. Tell us more about that, D. Scott. I have not read anything about Bob Rule recently. Chaney missed the first free throw. Makes the second, and that puts Boston ahead 67-63. With 1 minute to play, or 1 minute gone by here in the third quarter. They dump it inside to Rule. Rule steps around Cowens, lays that one up off the side of the rim, no good. Squirts out, rebounded by Cowens for Boston. Rule missed out on that one. Don Nelson now has it on the inside for Boston. Cunningham forces him out to the perimeter. What's he going to do? He's going to pull the trigger from 12 feet out. The baseline jump shot from Nelson is no good. Tries to get it inside to Chaney, stolen away by Greer. Philadelphia has numbers in transition. Greer is in the lead. He likes to run. He pushes it down the center of the lane, lays it up and good. That's 13 for Greer. Philadelphia back to within 2. Boston's going to dump it down inside to Nelson. Nelson backs it down on Cunningham, turns and fires and scores
Don
again.
Nelson scores, from Havlicek.
Boston goes back on top by 4. Nelson now with 12. He is having a stellar performance down in there tonight. And Nelson was fouled on the play, and he'll go to the free throw line. And that is number 4 on Cunningham. That is a huge play, as Cunningham is going to have to go back to the bench. Nelson measures the free throw, and he hits it. He has now got 13 points on the night to lead the Celtics. And Philadelphia is going to have to take a timeout to get Cunningham out of the lineup with the foul trouble. They are going to come back with Al Henry for the first time. Philadelphia running the offense through Greer. Greer dumps it inside to Bridges. Bridges trying to post up down low against Don Chaney. Tipped away by Havlicek and stolen. Good hustle play by Havlicek. Tips it out to White. White's going to run the fast break. White dumps it off to Havlicek, filling the lane. Havlicek
John
lays it up and
Havlicek.
good. 14 now for Havlicek, and Boston has stretched the lead back to 7. Philadelphia's got a mismatch now to Al Henry. Henry, they cannot
Greer.
find him, but Greer gets open, steps around White, and knocks home the jump shot. That's 15 for Greer. Philadelphia back to within 5. 76ers keeping it close. They haven't gotten over the hump. Believe it or not, the 76ers have not led at all tonight. Boston now with the basketball in a 5-point lead. JoJo White with it out on top. Fred Carter comes over on the switch. Carter late getting over. That gives JoJo White a path to get into the lane. He tries to get it into the hoop, but he loses it out of bounds. Ball goes back over to Philadelphia. 76ers caught a break on that one as White looked to have an open path to the basket, but could not get it to the hole. Here's a jump shot from the outside by Greer. His shot from deep is no good. Rebound taken by Cowens. Back come the Celtics. They pass it around the perimeter. White has it deflected and stolen by Greer. Will Greer run? No. Boston gets back on the transition defense. Greer is going to pull that one up. He waits for the screen. He dumps it down inside to Henry on the pick and roll. Short jump shot by Al Henry is good.
Henry, from Greer.
Philadelphia back to within 3, 72-69, just like we started the half. Boston's going to look inside to Cowens. Cowens has a good look from the inside. His hook shot will not go. Rule takes the rebound for the 76ers. Back in transition, Rule's got Chaney on his hip. That's a mismatch in favor of the 76ers. But Rule tries to back it down and steps on the baseline. That's a turnover for Philadelphia and a missed opportunity for Rule on that play. Boston with the basketball. It's in the hands of JoJo White. White looks to pass, sends it over to Havlicek. Havlicek ventures into the lane. Stepped on the line. Another unforced error. Havlicek tried to get it down the baseline. Steps out of bounds. Ball goes back to Philadelphia. 8:29 to play here in what has been a frenetic and somewhat sloppy third quarter, as Philadelphia tries to cut into a 72-69 deficit. Fred Carter is open on the outside. Havlicek steps into the passing lane and denies that. Instead, they dump it down inside to Bridges. Bridges turns and fires over Chaney. His shot is short. Around the cylinder and out, rebounded by Cowens. That is 10. Cowens with the outlet pass to White. 4-on-1 for Boston. White blows the layup. But he was fouled on the play by Greer, and that will send JoJo White to the line for 2 free throws. Probably a good foul by Greer. given the numbers that the Celtics had. Make JoJo White earn it from the free throw line. His first shot is good. That is 7 points for JoJo White. As he looks to make it 8, he makes it 8. As Boston goes up now 74-69, and we say hello to Bears Den 007 in the chat room. Good evening to you, my friend. Philadelphia dumps it into Bob Rule. Rule working again against Cowens. Ball fake, gets Cowens up into the air. Leaves the jump shot short. Bridges comes off with the offensive rebound. Bridges on the putback attempt. His layup spins out. That rebound is taken by Cowens, and Boston regains possession. 11 rebounds now for Cowens. With the basketball now, Boston sets up the offense. They get it to White. White on top. Cowens is flexing his shoulder a little bit, but he will remain in the game. White on top, sends it over to Havlicek on the wing. The jump shot from outside is no good by Havlicek. Well defended by Carter. Cowens takes the offensive rebound. Cowens steps into the lane for the putback. His left-handed hook is no good. But he is fouled on the play by Bridges, and that is number 4 on Bridges. And here in the third quarter, it is Philadelphia fighting the foul trouble. As first Cunningham and now Bridges, their two best rebounders, are both on the bench with 4 fouls. As Cowens will step to the line, his first free throw is good. And now it is going to be Fred Foster back into the game. Foster, a capable defender, but not nearly the rebounding presence that Bill Bridges is for Philadelphia. As it is going to be dire straits for the 76ers if this foul trouble keeps up. Second shot by Cowens is good, and that puts Boston back on top by 7. 76-69, now under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Philadelphia works the offense. They dump it inside to Rule. Rule comes off the screen. Plenty of room to operate as JoJo White was caught up on the defense. But Rule missed the layup. And Cowens comes back with the rebound. How about that? That looked like a gimme for Bob Rule, but he could not get it to fall. And the Celtics will walk things up in transition. White will call a play for the Celtics as they work the ball around the perimeter. And it's stolen away by Henry. Henry with a nice interception of that pass. Philadelphia does not have the numbers in transition, so they will simply run the slow offense and start the rotation again with Greer. Greer looks inside to Rule. Rule's their best scoring option with Cunningham on the bench. Rule steps into the lane, lays it up and good.
Rule, from Greer.
12 points now for Bob Rule. The lead is cut to 5, under 7 minutes to play in the third. With it now for Boston is Havlicek. Havlicek drives around Carter, gets into the lane. The layup will not go. Chaney with the offensive rebound. Chaney with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is good.
Don Chaney.
That's double figures for Don Chaney. 10 points to go with 4 assists and 4 rebounds for the Celtics. Boston back on top by 7. 78-71. As we say hi to Larry Pishko in the chat room. What a good turnout we are having here tonight. Thank you to everybody who is checking out playoff action between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Game 1 of the best 2 out of 3 series. Philadelphia with the basketball, trailing by 7. They get it over to Carter. Carter with the mid-range jump shot. That's good. Little boost from Freddie Carter, and the lead is back down to 5. With it now is JoJo White. White crosses over on Greer, tries to get into the lane, drives to the cup, throws that away, trying to find Nelson on the low block. Could not get it to him. That's a turnover. Philadelphia regains possession. 6:21 to play. Boston leading by 5. Philadelphia with the basketball. Working it around the perimeter. It's Greer who will pull the trigger, and he left that one way short. Out of bounds, Boston basketball. Now 6 minutes to play in the third. Celtics with the basketball, leading by 5. 78-73. They get it into the hands of White. White fakes a pass, dribbles to his right, tries to get into the lane, pulls up for the short jump shot. It's no good. Cowens takes the offensive rebound. Cowens on the putback attempt. And we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Actually, a double foul has been called. That is number 3 on Greer. And look at this, number 4 on JoJo White for Boston. As now it is White back in foul trouble. That's going to bring Art Williams back into the game. And once again, that is going to discombobulate the Boston rotation. And here we're getting some knowledge from D. Scott Howard. Thank you so much. I love everybody who contributes to the chat. And here we go with the story on Bob Rule that D. Scott Howard alluded to earlier in the broadcast. Drafted by the expansion Sonics, Rule averaged 20 and 10 over his first 3 seasons. But after 3 games in 70-71, he was averaging 32 and 13, went down with a badly torn Achilles tendon and was never the same after that injury. He has certainly acquitted himself nicely here as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers in the 71-72 season. As Boston now has the basketball. With it inside is Cowens, posting up against the smaller Fred Carter as he got open on the pick.
Dave Cowens from Williams.
And hit the easy bunny to make it 80-73 Boston. Now under 6 minutes to play. Philadelphia works it around. They get it inside to Al Henry. Al Henry trying to get into the paint. He shoots the turnaround jump shot over Nelson, but misses that badly. He wanted a whistle. He's not going to get a whistle. Fred Foster comes in for the offensive rebound. Foster's going to try a putback from point-blank range, and he gets that to fall.
Foster.
7 points off the bench for Foster, and Philadelphia needs every point they can get from these bench guys as their starters are fighting foul trouble. Now 80-75, Boston with the lead and the basketball. With it on the outside is Havlicek. Havlicek goes to the basket, tries the spin move, but he shuffled the puppies. And that's a travel, and that's a turnover. Philadelphia with it. Greer hands it to Carter. Carter back to Greer. Greer dumps it inside to Henry. Henry backing down on Nelson. Another good look. Cannot get that to go. He rolls around and out. And on the rebound, we have a loose ball foul, and that is going to be charged to Carter. And that will send Dave Cowens to the line for 2 shots. Sounds like my horrible mutt is up to no good on the upstairs. Cowens knocks down the free throw. He has got 10 points now to go with 14 rebounds. Very good night for the big man out of Florida State. Second free throw for Cowens is good. He's got 11. Boston is back up on top by 7. Philadelphia with a gamish on the offense. He has a couple of guys clogging up the lane. They can't find anybody to pass to. 13 on the shot clock as it goes inside to Henry. Henry active on the inside here. Turns
Henry
and fires that one
from Carter.
Give the assist to Carter. And put the lead back to 5, 82-77. Boston still on top. With it now is Havlicek, guarded closely by Greer. Spins around Greer, gets into the lane. His shot is good.
John Havlicek
Nice little
from
pull-up for
Williams.
Havlicek. He's got 16. Boston back on top by 7. 4.5 minutes to play in the third. With it now is Greer. Greer's going to try and get around Williams. Pick and roll with Henry. Greer tries to get it to Carter, but it's lost out of bounds, and that's a turnover. So Boston has the ball in a 7-point lead. As into the game come the reserves. Kevin Lockery had a nice first half for the 76ers. Dave Wohl. Foster is going to have to remain in the game due to the foul trouble, as Lucius Jackson and Dennis Autry will man the front court for the 76ers. Coming into the game for Boston, Art Williams is going to stay out there. We'll leave Havlicek out there for now and probably let him finish out the quarter. And we'll bring Sanders into the small forward. And what the heck, we'll bring Garfield Smith in. He had a very effective first half. And Hank Finkel. But Kaburski will be ready to come into the ball game. He's a very effective bench player for the Celtics. All right, let's see where we left off. We left off with Boston in possession and a fresh 24 on the shot clock. As the pass goes to Williams. Williams out on top, working against Locker. He looks to distribute. Can't find a teammate. Takes the jump shot from on the perimeter. It's no good, and the board is taken by Autry. Autry sends it out to Lockery. Lockery will run the fast break. Quick outlet pass to Wohl. Wohl lays it up and good.
Wall, from Jackson.
Dave Wohl has 6, and Philadelphia is back to within 5. Philadelphia keeps hanging around, hoping to steal one on the road here against the Celtics in Boston Garden. The open man for Boston is Garfield Smith. Smith gets it on the inside. His short jump shot is off the back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound is taken again by Autry. Once again, Philadelphia will run. Lockery on the break, and he charges. Oh my goodness. Nice defensive positioning by Art Williams on the transition defense to draw the charge on Lockery and save the Celtics from a 4-on-1 fast break opportunity. How about that? The ball now is in the hands of Sanders for Boston. Celtics still on top by 5. We are now under 4 minutes to play. Open inside is Garfield Smith. Smith steps into the lane, lays it up. Oh, it's blocked away by Autry. Autry is showing out here in quarter number 3 with a couple of rebounds and a block shot. Philadelphia will bring it back up slowly. Lockery to run the offense. Has it stolen away by Sanders. Nice steal by Tom Sanders. Boston has numbers in transition. Williams going coast to coast. His layup is no good. Lucius Jackson with the rebound for Philadelphia. Both teams have failed opportunities on the fast break here in this third quarter stretch. And now Philadelphia is going to set up and run their standard offense. They pass it inside to Lucius Jackson. Jackson coming off the screen, has it against Sanders. His jump shot from 10 feet out is
Jackson.
good. First 2 of the night for Lucius Jackson, and Philadelphia is back to within 3. 84-81, 3:15 to play in the third. With it on the outside is Havlicek. Havlicek is going to take it into the lane. He drives on Wohl, collides with Autry. The reverse layup is no good. Do we get a whistle on the play? Yes, we do. It is called on Autry, and that will put Boston in the bonus and send Havlicek to the free throw line with the 3 to make 2. Havlicek, a very good free throw shooter, connects on the first. Second shot by Havlicek is good. He has got 18 points now to lead all scorers, and Boston is back on top by 5. Lockery runs the offense. They get it outside to Foster. Foster comes off the screen. Finkel is late getting over. The jump shot by Foster is long. Off the back iron, but Foster is fouled on the play by Finkel, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foster releases the first. It's good. That is 8 for Foster off the bench, looking to make it 9. And he missed the second. Autry sneaks in and steals the offensive rebound, passes it back out on top to Lockery, and it is Philadelphia basketball, trailing by 4. They get it on the outside again to Foster. Working against Sanders. No place to go with it. Sanders, a good defender on the perimeter. Foster's going to have to force one up from the baseline. He can't get the shot off, and he's going to have to call a timeout. So with 5 seconds on the shot clock, Philadelphia is going to have to come up with a play to get something going to the hoop and see if they can convert this scoring opportunity. It'll be Jackson to inbound. They run a play for Foster on the low block. Shot clock winding down, posting up against Sanders. His shot from the elbow is no good. He rushed that one, and Sanders takes the rebound for Boston. Celtics still lead by 4, now 2:25 to play in the third period. Inside with it is Sanders. Has a mismatch over Lockery. His turnaround jump shot is good.
Tom Sanders, from Williams.
Nice setup by Art Williams. Puts Boston back on top by 6. Dave Wohl now has it, working against Havlicek on the outside. Wohl is going to bully his way into the lane. He takes it in, lays it up, it's blocked. Blocked away by Finkel. Garfield Smith takes the rebound for Boston. The Celtics will run with Williams. Williams tries to get it to Sanders, but it's a turnover as Williams double dribbles. And the ball goes back over to Philadelphia with under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. With it for Philadelphia is Lockery. Lockery against Art Williams. Shoots the outside jump shot. He leaves it short. Rebound is taken by Hank Finkel for the Celtics. Celtics come back. They get it inside to Sanders. Minute 37 to play in the third. Sanders steps into the lane, kisses it off the glass, and good. Actually, he missed that one, but Finkel got up for the tap in. And give that basket to Finkel. He's got 4 points now to go with 8 rebounds for the Celtics. Boston back on top by 8. 90-82. A minute and a half to play in the third period. Here's Lockery pulling the trigger from 15 feet out. That's no good. Garfield Smith takes the rebound for Boston. It has been a tough third quarter for Lockery. Williams has it on the outside. 15 on the shot clock. He looks to distribute. He finds Havlicek. Havlicek drives it into the lane. Cut off by Autry. Havlicek with the short jump shot. That's no good. Havlicek is knocked to the floor and fouled by Foster. But Havlicek will go back to the free throw line for 2 and the bonus as we are in the final minute of play here in quarter number 3. The first shot by Havlicek is good. Havlicek with the second. It's good. That's 20 for Havlicek. And the Boston lead is back up to 10, 92-82. Philadelphia with the basketball. It's in the hands of Lockery. He swings it down inside to Foster. Foster steps away. He's got Sanders on him. Tries to get it back to Lockery. Top of the key. Lockery drives into the lane. Lays it up and good.
Lowry, from Autry.
Lockery finally gets something to go here in the third. And that cuts the lead to 8 for the Celtics. With it now is Garfield Smith. Working inside against Jackson. The short jump shot for Smith is good.
Garfield Smith.
That's 9 for Smith. What a night he has had. 9 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. And now it is the final 20 seconds of play in the quarter. Philadelphia will be able to hold for the final shot of the period. Trailing by 10. They get it to Wohl on the outside. Wohl comes off a screen. Gets it to Foster. Foster's shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Sanders. And with 1 second on the clock, it will be 2 shots for Fred Foster, with a chance to cut into the lead. Foster hits the first. The second shot for Foster is good. And I don't think Boston's going to be able to get a shot off here.
At the end of the third
And they
quarter,
don't.
Boston 94, Philadelphia 86.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Boston is on top by 8. Let's take a look at your third quarter box score. Havlicek leads all scorers with 20. Very nice night for Hondo. 6 for 12 from the field, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. And Boston shooting 49% from the field to only 44% for Philadelphia, as they went quiet there in the latter stages of quarter number 3. Of course, when Cunningham went to the bench with his 4th foul and Bridges followed, that put a damper on Philadelphia's offensive output. Greer leads the 76ers with 15. Yes, Longtime is still a chance for Sixers to win this. No doubt about that. This is going to be an interesting fourth quarter. Let's take a look at your third quarter statistics. Fred Foster with 5 points for Philadelphia off the bench. And Havlicek with 8 for the Celtics. Cowens with 6. Their dynamic duo pushed the Boston lead to 8 at the end of the third period. All right, let's go back to the fourth quarter of action. Philadelphia will stick with their reserves for the time being. Bridges and Cunningham both with the 4 fouls. Boston is going to give Havlicek a rest and bring Chaney in to play the shooting guard position. And they'll rest Havlicek here at the beginning of the fourth. And keep the rest of the starters on the bench as well, as Art Williams will run the point for another few minutes to buy some time for JoJo White with his 4 fouls. Foul trouble has hurt both teams in this contest. Boston leads by 8, and they win the tip. Chaney has it on the outside. He's going to try and get it inside to Garfield Smith. Smith working against Jackson. His short jump shot is good.
Garfield Smith, from Williams.
Double-digit night for Garfield Smith. He's got 11. Boston is back out on top by 10. Philadelphia with the basketball. They get it into Jackson. Garfield Smith bodies up on Jackson, making it hard for Jackson to find any room to move. But on the help side defense, Williams is called for the foul. He reached in, tried to pick the pocket of Jackson. That'll give Jackson 1 shot, only a 63% shooter. He hits that, and that cuts the lead to 9. Philadelphia is going to need to do some work on the defensive end this quarter. Williams with the perimeter jump shot. It's good.
Art Williams.
Dave Vole gave him a step, and Williams took advantage. That puts Boston on top by 11, 98-87, equaling their biggest lead of the night. With it now on the outside is Wool. Wool will drive against Chaney. Gets into the lane, collides with Chaney. The reverse layup is no good. Wool wants a whistle, and he does get the whistle and the foul. That's going to go against Chaney. And that's quickly 2 fouls on the Celtics here in the first minute of play in the fourth quarter. And if Philadelphia can get into the bonus early in this quarter, that will only help their chances. Wool hits the first free throw. Wool hits them both, and that cuts the lead back to 9. Boston with the basketball, leading 98-89. The ball is in the hands of Art Williams, their backup point guard, who is spelling JoJo White with the foul trouble. They get it inside to Sanders. Sanders working against Lucius Jackson. Hard to find room to operate. He's going to try and dump it down to Smith. Smith has done a very nice job inside tonight. He missed that jump shot. The rebound is taken by Art Williams. Williams, the sneaky point guard, gets in there, snags that rebound, throws it back out to Chaney, and Boston will reset the offense. Williams passes it to Chaney. Chaney back out to Williams. Williams loses that one out of bounds. That's a turnover. So Philadelphia stood their ground on defense that time. They'll get another chance to cut into this lead. It's in the hands of Lockery. Lockery dribbling to his left, has it tipped away out of bounds. They say that Lockery touched it last. Lockery not very happy with that call, but the referee hands the ball to the Celtics as they regain possession. Art Williams with it now. They dump it inside to Smith. Smith down low against Jackson, throws that one away. Another turnover. Both teams bitten by the turnover bug here in the early fourth quarter. Boston still leading by 9. Philadelphia with the basketball. 10:19 to play in the fourth. The pass on the perimeter gets dumped down inside to Foster. Foster works it into the lane against Sanders, and he throws it away. Another turnover. That is 15 turnovers for Philadelphia, 20 against Boston. It has been a turnover-plagued contest. Boston works the ball around the perimeter. Finkel wants it down low. They can't get it to him. Instead, they dump it into Smith. Smith turns and fires over Jackson from 10 feet out. It's blocked. Lucius Jackson got a piece of that one, and Jackson comes out of the pack with the basketball. Fine play by Lucius Jackson on that possession. 9:50 to play. Lockery dribbles it up slowly for Philadelphia. Looking for help. Sends it around the perimeter. They get it back to Lockery. Lockery comes off the screen. Finkel comes over to challenge the jump shot, but Lockery buries it.
Lowry, from Wall.
10 points on the night for Lockery. The lead is cut to 7. As the Celtics try to respond. With it on the outside is Chaney. He's got Dave Wohl all over him. Nobody to pass to. Chaney's going to have to do it himself. He pulls the trigger from outside and he buries it. Actually, they're waving off the foul. They're waving off the basket, and there is a foul before the shot. Wohl grabbed Chaney before Chaney could get the shot off. The Boston bench is not happy with that call as they wipe off the basket, and they're going to send Chaney to the line for just one shot. The shot by Chaney is good. He's got 11 on the night, and Boston leads by 8. Philadelphia with it on the perimeter. They get it into the hands of Lockery. Lockery wants a screen. Lockery drives to the basket. He's cut off by Smith. He cannot pull the trigger on the jump shot, and the rebound is taken by Finkel. Nice defense by Garfield Smith on that play. Chaney brings it back down the court. They get it inside to Smith. Smith shoots over Lucius Jackson. And this time he drops it home again.
Garfield Smith, from Chaney.
13 points for Smith. Boston goes up by 10. If this were a football game, Smith would have all kinds of stickers for his helmet. And with that, Philadelphia is going to call timeout. And with 8:36 to play, we're going to get the starters back in for both teams. JoJo White with the 4 fouls. As we say hello to Steve Tower, always a privilege to have Steve Tower in the chat room. Let's go Boston, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving Day. We had a tremendous Thanksgiving. Thank you, Steve. Had the boys over, celebrated with my wife, and lots to be thankful for this year, in spite of all of the misery that 2020 has brought. Steve, I hope you and your family are also doing well. Let's see, and we go to the Philadelphia bench, and they come back with their starters. They're going to have to be careful here with Bridges and Cunningham, both in foul trouble with 4. But in the playoffs, and trailing by 10 in the fourth quarter, they're going to need to take their chances. And immediately they're going to look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham works it in against Nelson, shoots from in close, and
Cunningham
gets it to go.
From Greer.
Picking up where he left off before the 4th foul. Cunningham now has 14, and the Boston lead is cut to 8. Boston gets the ball to Havlicek on the outside. Havlicek will drive. He fakes to his right, goes to his left, lays it up and good.
Hondo from Cowens.
He made Fred Carter look silly on that drive and gives Boston the 10-point lead once again. Philadelphia dumps it inside to Rule. Rule working against Cowens. The short jump shot goes long. The rebound is taken out of there by Don Nelson. Believe it or not, that's his first rebound of the night. Boston coming back the other way, looking to extend this 10-point lead. JoJo White has it on the switch. Cunningham comes out late off the screen. JoJo White, will he pull the trigger? Yes. Misses the jump shot. He was wide open. Should have gotten that one to go. Bridges with the rebound, kicks it out to Greer. The 76ers will run. Greer dumps it off to Bridges. Bridges lays it up and good.
Bridges from Cunningham.
Philadelphia back to within 8. Sixers continue to hang around. Boston looks inside to Cowens. Under 8 minutes now to play. Cowens with the left-handed hook is no good. Front rim, back rim, and out. Rebound is taken by Bridges. And Philadelphia will walk this one up as Havlicek gets back to interrupt the transition game. They get it back into the hands of Carter. Carter hands it to Greer. Greer tries to dump it inside to Cunningham. Cunningham guarded by Cowens on the switch. The short jump shot from the baseline is long. It's around the cylinder and out. Greer sneaks in and steals the rebound. And Philadelphia will get it fresh 24. 7:28 to play. Philadelphia is still trailing by 8. They get it on top to Greer. Greer shoots around Cowens. That jump shot won't go, but he is fouled hard on the play by Chaney. That is the 3rd foul on Boston, and that will send Hal Greer to the line for 2 free throws. Greer hits the first, continues to lead the 76ers with 16 points. Very fine player, Hal Greer. The second shot is up and good, and that pulls Philadelphia to within 6. Very good game here. 7 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Boston with the basketball. They look inside to Cowens. Cowens has the mismatch, steps into the lane. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Bridges. That looked like an easy conversion for Cowens, but he couldn't get it to drop. Greer is on the fast break, but he is going to pull it back, as he had a couple of big lugs on the wings that he didn't trust to convert. So he wisely pulls it back, calls the play, brings it into the front court slowly. 15 on the shot clock as Greer calls the play and dumps it in down inside to Bob Rule. Rule in trouble, has to call timeout. And Philadelphia now only with 5 on the shot clock to get something going offensively. It'll be Bridges to inbound. He looks inside to Cunningham. Cunningham working quickly. Pump fakes on Nelson. Lays it up and good.
Cunningham.
Clutch shot by Cunningham with the shot clock running down. Cunningham now has 16. The lead has been cut to 4. Philadelphia continuing to hang around. Here's Boston running another inside play for Nelson. Nelson comes off the pick, has a short jump shot against Greer.
From White.
He nails it. 15 for Nelson. Back and forth we go. Fred Carter with it now on the perimeter for Philadelphia. Carter's going to take it into the lane. Aggressive move to the hole, cut off by Cowens. The short jump shot by Carter is blocked. Dave Cowens got a finger on it. Bridges takes the rebound, 12 on the shot clock. Bridges tries for the putback. He can't get that to go. It rims out. And JoJo White takes the rebound for Boston. Missed opportunity there for the Sixers as Bridges could not convert the putback. White brings it back up for Boston. Celtics leading by 6. Now 6:12 to play in the fourth quarter. Boston does not want to sit on this lead. They want to put their foot on the throat of the 76ers and put an end to this one while they can. JoJo White with it. Goes to his left. Gets into the lane. Dumps it out to Havlicek on the rim. On the wing. The jump shot by Havlicek is off the rim. No good. The rebound is kicked around and goes out of bounds. And the referees point the other way. With 6 minutes and 2 seconds to play, Philadelphia has the basketball, trailing only by 6, 105-99. Very high-scoring game. Greer sets the offense. They dump it inside to Rule. Rule gets forced out to the perimeter by Cowens. He can't do anything out there. He's going to dump it back out to Fred Carter on the perimeter. Carter drives. We've got a loose ball. Scramble on the floor. Carter got it back. Havlicek tied him up. That's going to be a jump ball with 7 on the shot clock. Carter to jump it up against Havlicek. Carter controls the jump. They try to get it in the hands of Rule. They get it to Rule in the low post. His shot circles the rim and falls off. But Rule is fouled on the play by Cowens, and that will be a 2-shot foul for Bob Rule. That is 4 on Boston. 1 more, and they will hit the penalty as we are barely midway through the fourth quarter. That would be huge. The first shot by Rule is good. That is 100 points for Philadelphia, 105 for Boston. Philadelphia is still trailing by 5 as Rule hits the second to pull them to within 4. 14 points for Bob Rule. As the score tightens here in Boston Garden, the fans are chanting, "Let's go Celtics." JoJo White with it out on top. Dumps it down inside to Cowens. Cowens back to the basket, working against Rule, turns and faces. What's he going to do? Is he going to go to the left-hand hook? No, he tries to get it out to White, and White has the pass picked off by Greer. Greer has it in transition. Can he go coast to coast? He steps around. Havlicek lays it up and good.
Greer from Carter.
Nice give and go with Freddie Carter. And the 76ers have pulled to within 2. 105-103, 5:16 to play. Philadelphia has not led in this game, but it is a 2-point game headed down the stretch. Boston with the basketball. It's in the hands of Nelson. Nelson from the baseline will shoot the 12-footer. He's got room to operate, but the jump shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Whistle on the play, and Greer got him on the arm. That is a cheap foul, and Greer is not happy about that whistle. Nevertheless, that will put Don Nelson on the line for 2. Nelson, with that very unorthodox one-handed free throw shooting style, still manages to convert on the first. That is his 16th point of the night. What a performance for Don Nelson. He has been stellar. The second shot for Nelson is good, and the Boston lead is back to 4. 107-103. 5 minutes and 7 seconds to play, and now we've got football. As Ron Junkett has posted Action PC football from 1993. We've got football, we've got basketball, we've got it all here on the channel. The pass goes inside to Bob Rule. It's slapped away by Havlicek. Rule picks it up, defended by Cowens. The turnaround jump shot by Rule is good.
From Greer.
How about that? Rule beat the double team. Got that jump shot to go. We're now under 5 minutes to play, and it's a 2-point game once again. Boston on the offense with JoJo White. White will penetrate. Gets into the paint. Lays it up and good.
JoJo White. From Havlicek.
Nice setup there by Havlicek. The lead is back up to 4. What a game indeed. Philadelphia's got a mismatch inside for Cunningham. He comes off the screen, puts it up over Havlicek. Oh, he missed the layup. Cunningham missed the layup. Bridges got in there and boxed out for the offensive board. Bridges can't hit the follow-up. The rebound is taken out of there by JoJo White. Another missed opportunity for Philadelphia. And with 4:25 to play, Boston has the 4-point lead and the basketball. White dribbles it up slowly. Working against Freddie Carter. Calls a play. They swing it around to Havlicek. Havlicek back to White. Havlicek comes off the screen, gets into the lane. Drives to the basket. Dumps it out to Havlicek. Havlicek's jump shot from the free throw line extended is no good, and the rebound bounces out of bounds to Philadelphia. The 76ers caught a break on that one. And once again, they have the opportunity to cut into the lead. With it on the outside is Carter. Carter sends it to Greer, back over to Carter. Carter has a step against Dave Cowens on the switch. Not a good perimeter shooter, but he gets that one to go. That was clutch.
Carter. From Greer.
Nice setup by Hal Greer. Carter got around Cowens, pulled the trigger, got it to fall. Once again, it's a 2-point game, and we are now under the 4-minute mark to play in the fourth. JoJo White with it out on top. White will drive, gets into the lane. His layup is no good. And Bridges grabs another rebound for the 76ers. That is his 14th. And they have the chance to tie the game with 3.5 minutes to play. Greer has it on top. What's he going to do? He dumps it to Cunningham. Cunningham on the outside. 17 on the shot clock. Looking for help. Dumps it down to Rule. Rule working against Cowens in the paint. Shoots from in close. It's off the rim, no good. Bridges comes in for another rebound. Bridges with the attempted putback. His short jump shot is good.
Bridges.
And with 3 minutes, 13 seconds to play, Bill Bridges has tied the game for the 76ers. What a battle it has been for Philadelphia. They have not led this entire contest. But with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to play, it is 109-109. And Boston has the basketball. White looks to Havlicek. Havlicek has Cunningham on the switch. Havlicek has room to pull the trigger, and it's stolen away by Greer. Havlicek thought he had an open look, but Greer poked it away, and it is Philadelphia basketball. We are under 3 minutes, and the 76ers have the opportunity to take the lead. Greer looks for help. They swing it to Carter, back to Greer. Greer comes off the screen, gets into the lane, dumps it down to Rule. Rule with a short jump shot, it's good!
Rule. From Greer.
Bob Rule hits the jumper, and Philadelphia has taken their first lead of the ball game. There are groans throughout the Boston Garden, as with 2:40 to play, their beloved Celtics now trail 111-109. As JoJo White sends it out to Chaney. Chaney looks for help. Chaney looks for Havlicek. Havlicek from the outside. It's crunch time, and he's their guy. He shoots the jump shot. He left it short. But Carter got him on the arm. And that is his third. Havlicek will go to the line. No argument from Carter on that play, as he clearly committed the foul, but tried to prevent Havlicek from pulling the trigger on that clutch perimeter jump shot. Havlicek hits the first free throw. The second one for Havlicek, my mother's favorite basketball player. It's up and good. And we are tied at 111. Who doesn't love John Havlicek? He has had a stellar performance tonight, 24 points on the night. Philadelphia looking to get back out into the lead. 13 on the shot clock. They've got it in the hands of Carter. Carter will put it on the floor. Carter takes it into the lane. Dumps it off to Bridges. Bridges lays it up around and no good. Cowens takes the rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul. And that is going to go against Cunningham. That is his fifth. But with 2 minutes to play, Cunningham has given it his all. And that will be just a one-shot opportunity for Cowens, as Philadelphia is not yet in the penalty. 4 fouls on both teams. As Cowens hits the free throw, that puts Boston up by 1. 112-111 with 2:08 to play here in the fourth quarter. It has been an exciting stretch. Philadelphia wants to get it into Cunningham. Working down low against Nelson. His shot from the perimeter, he left it short. But he is fouled on the play by Chaney. And that will be 2 shots for Cunningham. 71% free throw shooter on the season. Connects on the first. That ties the game at 112. A minute 54 to play as Cunningham attempts to put the 76ers back on top. His second free throw is good. He's got 18, and Philadelphia is back on top. This one coming down the wire. JoJo White runs the offense. Sends it over to Chaney, back to White. White looks to penetrate against Greer. He travels. Oh my goodness, what a controversial call that was. White tried to get around Greer. White wanted the foul as he was bumped by Greer. He got no call, but he took the steps and he traveled. And with a minute 40 to play, Philadelphia has the lead and the basketball. How about that? Nobody's coming out of this game as the 76ers want to extend the lead. They've got it in the hands of their guy Cunningham down on the block. Cunningham works it inside against Nelson. As Al Red Sox fan says, that was a BS call. Rule gets it to Cunningham posting up down low, and Cunningham loses it out of bounds. Oh my goodness, Nelson knocked it away from Cunningham. It's ruled that it was off the leg of Cunningham. Out of bounds, Boston regains possession. Our Red Sox fan is so upset that he cannot type. This is awesome. What a game. A minute 23. Boston trails by 1 with the basketball. The open man is White. Working against Greer. 10 on the shot clock. White with the ball on the wing. Takes it to the hoop. His layup is good.
JoJo White.
JoJo White kissed it off the glass and good. And that puts Boston on top. 114-113. 1 minute, 3 seconds to play. This is an instant classic, fans, as the 76ers and Celtics battle it out. Greer gets it inside to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Greer. Greer can't pull the trigger, and that's a 24-second shot clock violation. My goodness, what a turn of events as the Boston defense clamps down on Philadelphia. Philadelphia cannot get a shot off. Boston takes possession with 39 seconds to play. As the ushers are taking a look at Al Red Sox fan, Security has been called as our Red Sox fan is about to have a stroke. Boston has the basketball and a 1-point lead. They will have to get the shot off. There are 36 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Defense, defense, says our Red Sox fan. Logacta Live is rooting for Philly, and he is beside himself as they could not pull the trigger on that shot. And the 24-second shot clock violation was called. White's in the and White travels with it. Oh my goodness! White in front of the courtside seats tried to get into the lane. He's called for another walk, another turnover. 2 costly turnovers for JoJo White down the stretch. And now it is our Red Sox fans' turn to get emotional. JoJo White called for another travel on the play. We need RJL 518 in the room because he does that. The fans groan. So RJL would give us a big as the fans groan here in the Boston Garden, and Philadelphia tries to set up a play to take the lead, but Boston will get the final shot of the game. Greer calls the play. What are they going to do? 23 on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. They look inside to Rule. Rule working against Cowens. Rule steps to his left. Lays it up. It's blocked. Tipped away by Don Nelson. The ball bounces out of bounds. It belongs to Philadelphia. Don Nelson swats that shot out of the air as Rule tried to put home the game winner. But with 10 seconds to play, Philadelphia will only have 2 seconds to get a shot clock off. And our Red Sox fan is going to have to be censored. Our Red Sox fan using profanity in the channel. But with 10 seconds to play in the game, Philadelphia is going to have to hope for a miracle here. The go-to guy is Cunningham. Can he get the shot off? He gets into the lane. He lays it up and good.
Cunningham
beats the shot clock. And Philadelphia takes a 115-114 lead. 7 seconds to go in the game. Boston will have the final shot with 7 seconds to play. Even I am getting worked up about this. What is Boston going to do here? 3 seconds to play. The open man is JoJo White. Can he get the shot off? White gives to Nelson. To White outside, and it's stolen by Greer. Hal Greer stole the basketball. Stolen by White. How about that? 3 turnovers in the final stretch by JoJo White.
Final score,
as Greer
Philadelphia
lets the shot
115,
clock run, and
Boston
that will
114.
do it. What a shocking ending to that ball game as Hal Greer stole the ball from JoJo White in a classic, an instant classic. Philadelphia is your winner, 115-114. A clutch layup by Billy Cunningham. And in the final sequence, JoJo White has it stolen away by Hal Greer. The veteran Hal Greer makes the biggest play of the season for the 76ers as they steal, literally, a 115-114 victory over the Celtics here in the Boston Garden. And the Boston Garden fans are livid. What a game indeed, says D. Scott Howard. Our Red Sox fan is coming up with a blue streak of words that would make a sailor blush as the Boston Celtics had the chance at the final shot of the game. And JoJo White got his pocket picked by Hal Greer, his 5th steal of the night. And it is Philadelphia, who did not lead the game until 3 minutes to go in the 4th period. And in an instant classic, it is the 76ers who come into the Garden and steal one from the Celtics. The final score, the fourth quarter, 29-20 in favor of Philadelphia, and that's your decision right there. Hal Greer with 19 points, 11 assists, 5 steals, including that crucial steal, picking the pocket of JoJo White with 3 seconds to play to give Philadelphia the victory. Leading scorer was Cunningham with 20 for Philadelphia, including the game winner. So the dynamic duo of Billy Cunningham and Hal Greer combined to win this one for Philadelphia in dramatic fashion. 18 points for Bob Rule to support his mates, and 3 other members of the 76ers in double digits. For Boston, great night for Havlicek, 24 points to lead all scorers. Garfield Smith with 13 off the bench, 17 for Nelson. JoJo White with 10, and JoJo White turned the ball over 9 times, including 3 times down the stretch as the Boston Celtics let one get away. JoJo White is going to wear the goat horns in this game, as his turnover down the stretch was costly. So once again, thank you to everybody who came out tonight. What a great crowd. Steve Tower, thanks for coming. Logacta Live. Al Red Sox fan, the Gold Eagle. 99, D. Scott Howard. Al Red Sox fan, of course. 9 times he turned it over. Oh, SDG replay. Ken Blaylock in the chat room. Thanks for showing up. Sorry I missed your entrance. Yeah, we had a good crowd here tonight. Larry Fishko, thanks for stopping by. D. Scott Howard, Bears Den 007. Bob's Tabletop Sports. Thanks for the love. And that is your game for tonight. And what a game it was. Philadelphia 115, Boston 114 from the Boston Garden. This is on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave, saying thank you all for joining me tonight. That's our stream, and I am out of here.